let's aggressively pursue that. You find a lot of companies, especially at this time of the year, and I can name a few multinationals that would normally give their staff bags as Christmas gifts. That would be a fantastic market for you because you have dual purpose. So I think you should spread your wings and tackle the big market.
Thanks.
Let me take the last one. What happens if it rains? Can I wash the bag?
I thought you were going to give me a difficult one. Okay, can you wash your phone?
It's a bag. Okay, it gets dirty.
Okay, I will answer that. It's water resistant, but you cannot wash it. You can only wipe it off. So there's a disclaimer there. Our legal guy is here. So if you wash it, then you are in hot waters. Thanks.
All right, just Londi, I just need to understand. Do they vote now or after? For everybody. I just want to be clear. Okay. So you don't vote now, after. Okay. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got Yamiswana. What I also love about Uyami is the fact that he came in pissed here and he won. He razzled and dazzled us. He's got a very sweet tongue. You'll hear him. And then he went on to YFM, did his thing. And next thing I know, and I don't know who reached out to him, he was a keynote speaker for the Hookup Dinner in Cape Town. I found that to be amazing. And yeah, man, kick your thing. And just make sure you stand on this side. We've got an African audience watching.
All right. Oh. All right, what up? Woo! All right, man, I'm ready. My company is called Wolf and Looper, and we were focusing on helping people manage their money better. But we realized that the big banks want to keep us out. So we were like, okay, that's cool. We can play at your game. So we're targeting small businesses now. Who owns a small business at the moment? All right, nearly half the room. Who gets frustrated with managing their customer relationship? Who doesn't know who their customers are? Probably a lot of you, right? A lot of you promoting on Twitter and you're not able to contact those people effectively. Am I right? All right, so who wants to save money as a small business owner? Who wants to make money as a small business owner? Okay, awesome. Well, I've got the solution for you, all right? Now, we've been working hard. We've got a team of developers that have been working freaking hard. They won R500,000 from us, but that's all good. So that we can bring you a solution that you can manage straight off your iPhone, right? So if you've got an iPhone, you've got a Samsung, whatever it is, you can run your business straight off there, okay? So that's the whole point. The point is that we want to connect you directly with your consumers so that you can talk to them one-on-one, okay? How many of you guys know who are the people that spend the most in your businesses? Do you know? Or are you guessing? Is it the person that keeps walking in, or is it the person that's spending money? I remember I started working with this lady, and she runs an HR company, right? She's told me, I'm like, hey, how many customers do you have? She's like, I've got 80 customers. And I was like, nah, bring me your financial statements. So she brought them to me. I went through them, and I found out it's only 15 people that actually support her every month. So she's sold to 80 people, but she only makes money off of 15. She didn't know that, right? But through me helping her, she was able to get to that 15. Now, guess what happened after 6 months? She doubled her revenue by cross-selling more to those customers, right? So that's what we're about at Wolf and Looper. We're about helping you take control of your life, taking control of your business, knowing exactly where your overheads are, knowing exactly what's going on in your costs and stuff, so that you can get to the people that actually support you and give you money. So what's the bottom line in business? Your bank balance, am I right? Yes, we want to help people. Yes, we want to service people. But at the end of the day, if you can't monitor your bank balance, what's going to happen? You're going to close your doors. My name's Yami Swana, and I represent Wolf and Looper. Thank you.
Hi, I want to understand how your solution works. Like, I didn't get the gist of, is it a software, is it an app, is it a CRM system, what is
Okay.
it?
So at the moment, we're actually developing the application. Okay, but right now we work directly one-on-one with our clients. So we've got a methodology that we use to say, okay, fine, how do you actually reach those people? How do you actually track them and able to maximize revenue? All right, so it is a CRM system in essence, but we want to make it super simple and super easy for the small business owner to use and relatively affordable.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I just want to find out, let's say I'm a small company and I want your services. How much does it cost me as a client to you? And I know that finding business is hard. So what terms do you give me that after this time you will see the system working for you?
Okay. Usually we have about 6 months that we will work with you to say, okay, fine, after 6 months, you definitely should be seeing a return in revenue. If you don't see it, we give you all your cash back. All right. So it will depend on your company. We'll sit down with you and go through those terms one-on-one. Because at the moment, we're still experimenting with what pricing is the best. So we're still, settling down on that. But just to give you an idea, I'm working with a Tweleb at the moment, and I was charging about $2,000 per month. So off of that kind of investment, we're looking to at least 10 times value. So if you pay 2 grand, we want to get 20 grand in your business. So 10 times. So whatever the cost is, we want to give 10 times value back.
My question is, in terms of your,
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I just want to check in terms of after you have secured the deal with the business to try to and assist and going forward, as the business grows, do you then stay with the business, continue a service? Because I've heard your answer in terms of how you measure the performance of your solution.
Yeah, we definitely continue to stay on board because people want to keep growing and they're expanding. So we stay on board. We keep working with you hands-on. So yeah, we definitely stay on board long term. Obviously, we're moving to software as a service. So it's going to be basically like a monthly rental fee that you'll be paying to have access to our system. Yeah.
How's it, man?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just want to ask you something. What do you guys do with the rest of the clients? I mean, if you focus on only the patriots of the brand, what do you do with the greater segment? For example, the 15 people that were the people who were actually transacting with the business. What do you do with the rest?
Oh, okay.
Do you have solutions for that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously it works on a sliding scale, right? So in every business, you have those guys that support you a little bit, and you have those guys that support you a lot. So the object is to first cater to the guys that actually give you money first, and then gradually start going to the guys. So as less and less money comes through to your way as a business, you'll then spend less and less time. So we do have strategies for you to turn your existing customers that aren't really giving you money to rekindle those fires and start generating money from those people too. So there are, selling strategies that you can use to reapproach them. Those people aren't cold, so you don't have to resell. You just cross-sell and say, hey, look, have you considered X, Y, and Z of our service? Don't you need something new? It's about, we just help you manage that customer relationship. So yeah, that's how we do it.
Hi, good idea. Do you have any competitors?
Yeah, a lot.
And why are you better?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's Infusionsoft. There's Infusionsoft. There's Salesforce. There's Insightly. There's Lead Pages. There's who else? Also, like a lot of the guys like Wix and stuff like that are our competitors, not directly. So the whole idea is that at the moment everything's kind of segmented. So from your web page to your landing pages to your CRM system to your social media management, everything's quite segmented. So our object is to integrate everything into one holistic solution that can provide a clear chain of communication. All right, and the thing is, we're not better than our competitors. We're just really focused on serving our customers and really getting down to their needs, right? Because CRM is CRM all across the board. The tools of the trade are known, right? So every single one of them are great, Okay, Infusionsoft is great, but unless you have 20 grand to put up to work with them up front, and then another 8,000 to work with them every month, then it's not a good solution. So what we've done is that we've said, okay, all of these applications are American. Let's make our solution South African based. And that's what makes us different. Thank you.
Sorry, bud. Next one. All right. Next up, we've got Muiponi. Muiponi makes those bags. You know those bags. Muiponi came here. She pitched. She won. We found her at the Branson Center where we're also based, and before we knew it, she got into the SAB Kickstart program. She did the Hookup Dinner, and she got audits. I think that's the important thing. She actually got business, and yeah, let's hear what she's got to say.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is it ladies and gentlemen or is it entrepreneurs? Okay, my name is Moiponi Ntseki, and like every one of you here, I'm stubborn. Yes, I'm a star and I'm born, but I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm an ecopreneur. I turn trash into treasure. I make these stunning bags from used billboards. Yes, billboards, marketing banners. I'm watching them. Anyway, yes. So what I do, I make cosmetics bags, iPad covers, as SAB Kickstart, they just ordered from me. Sling bags, shopping bags, and any other thing you can think of. Okay, not any other thing, but any other bag you can think of. I'm based in, I work with the community actually of Germiston. When I pitched in April, we only had 7. To date, we've got 15. So thank you so much for the feedback. We're on Twitter at Stubborn, ZA. And yeah, we're based in Joburg. Everything is locally sourced. I work with the community and I'm stubborn. I'm an ecopreneur. What can we say? Thank you. Before, my motto is GGG. And no, it's not go, go, girl. It's gray turns green into gold. Holla back.
Where do we get your stuff?
At our workshop in Germiston, or on our Twitter and Facebook page, or I even have we just started a website for the product range. It's shwe.co.za. Shwe.co.za. Shwe.
Evening.
SHWE, like shwe, but shwe. So you take the shwe, I take the shwe.co.za.
Evening. Do you have custom print material that you work on? For instance, if I'd like to put someone's face on a bag and have that as a gift, do you do such?
Thank you for your question. Unfortunately, at the moment, we have not been so advanced, but this bag that I have, this is the current print that we're working on. And when we started, we were using the wonke, like shwe that everyone has. But now we have our own, we print our shwes in-house now. So that's also an idea. Thank you for that. When I pitch next year, that will be in my pitch.
Beautiful energy. I really love the energy just as much as I love the bags. And I guess my question would be like, what got you into this industry? And the reason I ask this is because the other speakers before you can tell it's either they studied for this but then you can tell what led them to it. And also, so I would like to know, was it a matter of money, or do you like recycling stuff? What got you into the industry that you're in right now? Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. Okay, I want to mention the fact that I love seafood. I'll just say I'm very creative and I like thinking out of the box. When I started, I was making this stunning jewelry that was worn by generations before at Mubango. So I wanted to grow my client base and I couldn't grow the client base on jewelry. And so I wanted to put something that will go corporate, males and females. And then I was like, okay, if I don't do something about our beautiful seas and the littering in the sea, I'm not gonna have my seafood, and my great grandkids won't know what seafood is. So, and I was like, let me start recycling, And yeah, I was like, we are tired of losing sea mammals, a million of them in the world a year. So I was like, I must do something and make money out of it.
It's a lovely business, and I love your energy. What is the name of your business?
Stubborn. creative designs.
How come your website is Shwe?
Because I wanted to have a website for just this product.
Okay.
There's
because
more coming on the stubborn, so I want to have.
in refining your pitch, I would like you to include stubborn and explain why Shwe. Because it sounds like two different concepts. Sitting here, we don't have the information. We're relying on you, and you've only got 3 minutes to explain everything. So now I'm thinking, okay, I heard stubborn, I heard Shwe. So just do that. But I love your energy, and yeah, it's a beautiful product you have.
Thank you. I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for the feedback.
Good evening, everyone. Miponitia, I'm so happy. You make me so proud. You make me even work harder than I'm doing now. I'm so proud to see you doing so well. A fellow Hookup Dinner child, a fellow SAB Kickstarter. I'm so proud of you, girl. Thank you so much for working harder. I know where Selebogo is, there's no playing. Where Selebogo is, you have to be dedicated, you have to be determined. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing so well. Thank you.
My name's Tibbs from Red Ochre, as you know. Quick question. I really love, we've had a couple of chats from the market as well. Where do you see Shwe or Starborn in, like, when you're comfortable with the success that it's been? That makes sense? So where would that be? Yeah, where's success for you for that company, if that makes sense?
Okay. If it makes sense,
like
I'm trying to really.
like
I'm
where
a
would
bit
you be
emotional,
satisfied
so I'm
with
trying
how?
to contain myself. Sorry, my plan is to export 70% of the products in the next 3 years, because I know there's a huge demand of recycled products in other countries. So that's my plan. I plan to be one of the biggest exporting houses in the country.
Okay, well done. Londi, please come up and explain the USSD voting process, please. And guys, just whilst we're waiting for Londi, can we give Zimbabwe a huge shout? Like, dude, they've been waiting, they've been trying to connect, and they finally connected. It's a full room, and they're watching what's happening here, and I think that's to be commended. Ayoba.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, it's been quite a long day. Anyway, pretty much the USSD is very simple. Okay. How many of us actually do cell phone banking? Okay, so I pretty much don't have to talk to you guys because you know how this works. But anyways, for anybody else who actually does not do that, all you actually need is just to dial. You should have this. There we go, right behind me. It's star 120, star 268, star 31 hash. Okay, and then what happens is you obviously get a list thereafter of what you can actually do. It gives the pitches, the people you can actually vote for, and their biz bios. Obviously, then you can rate the event and the program as it's supposed to flow. Right, so you pick what you need to do. Obviously, this was supposed to happen after each and every pitch that happens, but right now you guys can do this afterwards. Okay, obviously you click on reply and the number of what you actually need to do. In this case, it will have the names of the people there. Like in this case, Shelton Yami and Miboni. Star 120, star 268, *31#. Yes. Yes. Okay. Josie glitches. All right, but in any case, what we'll do is we'll just have to restart that again for you guys. However, all networks are covered on this. You all should be able to actually register. You guys were purposely excluded on this. Yeah, you all were purposely excluded. Yeah. You need to have airtime as well. Obviously, yeah, you need to have airtime for this, guys. It can't be for free. All right. But you need to do it right there and then, because if you clicking and then you forget, you have a chat with your friend, it is going to kick you out. But you just need to give us 2 seconds so that we can help you out with the issues that you guys just had. Are we all on the same page? Yes? Can we have the number back again? There's a reason why we took your numbers at the front. Okay, hold on, let me just check.
All right, if it says cell phone error, then we'll go back to the medieval ages. Not even writing. It'll be, no, we'll lift our hands. So we'll vote with our hands. Fair enough. All right, can we have the 3 pictures up here, please? We'll do this old school style. But wait, can't announce winners during the program. Nah. Man, you're not gonna forget their pictures. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah? All right. Come, all 3 come in front. I want everybody to make a mental note. Trust me, they don't look alike. No, come this side. Come this side. We've got entrepreneurs from Greater Africa watching there, so they've got to see your faces. Yeah. All right. Will you guys remember them? All right. Guys, go away. Like, out of the venue. Out. Move fast. Yeah, like next floor up. I don't know. OP, make sure they get to the next floor up. They mustn't know who voted. Come, guys, move. You're moving too slow. Keep moving. Sweet. All right. The first pitch, that was Charlton, the guy who farms airwaves. Yeah, it's the bag that farms airwaves. Is that incorrect? All right. Who felt that pitch? So it's about a show of hands. I need somebody to be counting. Team, Raksha, please do it. Thank you. Keep your hands up straight. Straight, not halfway like this, like let them shoot up. No. Full. The charging bag. The guy, not the girl. The guy. The guy with the bag. Hands up, guys. Shoot them up straight. When technology doesn't work, we do this thing. Like it's always worked, eh? Natural like that. Keep them up straight, guys. Who's double counting for Raksha? No. To our Zimbos, we're counting votes. Don't worry, we're coming there. Did that cat speak to you about 5-minute video or something? You sorted. All right, hands down. Now we're about to vote for the smooth talker with the red stripe shirt, Yamiswana. You remember his pitch, right? By a show of hands, who felt that pitch? Ah. Yeah, you guys are deep. Yeah. Okay. The lady. Keep your hands up straight. Shoot them up straight so we can count properly. And can somebody do a double count? Of course you can vote twice. That's what we always do, even on the paper. No, not keep your hand down, dude. Confusing us. Democrats. Okay, keep your hands up for the ladies. I think Raksha's. I hope this is not like some affirmative action campaign thing going on here. Or some feel good for the soul vote. You've got to vote for the person that's going to make use of this money correctly. It's working capital. Can they make it grow? Yeah. Really? Wow. Okay, that's deep. Just leave it like that. Tell OP they will decide what. Maybe they'll have a pitch off at the end. All right. We're done with that. Next up, just so that we respect our keynote speaker, because they've requested, we'll have that first. We'll have our keynote before we have our networking mixer. You know that we always do the networking mixer and then end off with the keynote speaker. But for tonight, our guest Rainmaker comes from ALN Ventures. I just want to read up. Give me a moment before technology fails me. Right. So in line with our theme for this week as well as tonight's theme, it's called Collaboration is the New Innovation. What's that about? You can already see it from how we have the Hookup Dinner team. That's all about collaboration. And that's where innovation just kind of thrives from, because we share ideas, we bounce ideas around, and this idea is bad. There's a collective that kind of decides and says, actually, no, this is the route that we should be taking to move forward. In the same way that you've just voted, that's all about collaboration, and we decide on the best winner moving forward. Now, when we chose this theme, we had to reflect on our journey for 2014 versus 2013. 2013, we're taking baby steps. This year, we're running. Next year, we're flying. We've covered about 8 cities in South Africa. We went to Nairobi, where we launched the Hookup Dinner. We did Rwanda. We did Francistown and Gaborone. And we're about to get into Zimbabwe. We've got a ready-made audience. You can see, I mean, they came here last year. They saw what we're doing. They went and launched something called Pitch Nights. And they've been dying. They've been dying for us to get into their town and to embrace the Hookup Dinner brand. And it's about time that we embrace them. And we looked at all these things and we're like, wow, we need somebody that can kind of give us an overview of what's happening all around the continent. Somebody that's engaging in real entrepreneurs on the ground, be it in West Africa, East Africa, or SADC region, or even North Africa. Like, what is going on? And can they give us a bit of their insights as well as what they do, so that our eyes can be opened, so that when we start thinking about the future, we're not just thinking about, okay, I want to expand to Bloemfontein. You know, you must start saying, I want to get into Nairobi. And I can find a group of collaborators that can help me to expand into that region, that can help my product to move forward. That's exactly what we've done as the Hookup Dinner. Our product has moved forward. The Hookup Dinner is a product, and it's getting into new territories, and it's all about learning. The moment you start getting exposed to new environments, that's where you start seeing that there's real opportunity out there. That's why everybody keeps on saying that Africa is rising and we're the fastest growing continent and all these things. What does it really mean for you and me in this room as startups? Somebody's going to give us insights tonight. I'm going to give you a bit of from what's written here. Yeah, technology. Okay, tonight we host the executive director of ALN Ventures with a special session on mentorship, investment, and networking for African entrepreneurs. And we've got, for fear of pronouncing this incorrectly, I'm gonna ask him, Amish. Raksha's gonna walk me through this one. Hamish. Harish. Do you know how many times I practiced? Your guitar still got it wrong. Can you introduce me to this?
Thank you. I'm going to try his name now. Seleboho. Perfect. No, I'm kidding. I know his name. Can everybody hear me? Okay. My name is Harish Subramanian, and I am, as Seleboho just said, the executive director for ALN Ventures. Now, ALN Ventures is part of a group called African Leadership Network. I don't know how many of you know anything about this organization, but if you don't, we're also here a little bit after this, for the rest of this event. And you'll see some of my colleagues standing or sitting back there in this black T-shirt with African Leadership Network, and you're welcome to learn more about the organization as a whole. But I'm going to do this in 3 steps. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about African Leadership Network and what we do specifically as it pertains to entrepreneurship on the continent. Then I'm going to talk about our newest initiative, which is ALN Ventures, which is a brand new accelerator program that that we've launched, that we're in the process of vetting entrepreneurs for. And finally, this is probably the most important thing. I'm going to pause at that point, and I really want this to be a conversation, and I want us to have a conversation about what we do and what you're interested in. So let me just start with African Leadership Network as an organization. As an organization, this is a large group of people who are doers, who are catalysts. These are audacious leaders across the continent. Yeah. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Is this good? Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, African Leadership Network is a group of really powerful leaders, audacious change makers across the continent, and I really do mean across the continent. We have membership from over 40 countries in Africa and well beyond. A majority of these members are CEOs of organizations, entrepreneurs who've started things themselves and built really large empires around these companies. We have public sector people, we have people who are leaders in the arts, in what have you, in pretty much any field. And the purpose of African Leadership Network is to bring prosperity to Africa. And this is it's a structured process. It's a long-term vision, but there are also very concrete goals and concrete ways we do this. And the flagship event of African Leadership Network is an annual gathering that happens every single year in a different country in Africa. We just concluded the most recent version of it in Kigali in Rwanda, which is a really inspirational place to be. And I'm just going to play you a really short video that gives you an idea of what went on there, and then I'll get back to how this pertains to what we're talking about. All right, I figure standing in front of these sheep is probably the right spot. What you saw there was just a snapshot of what just happened in Rwanda a couple of weeks ago. That's African Leadership Network. What you saw at the end there is one of our big initiatives called Africa Awards for Entrepreneurship. And Selboho mentioned that I think the other cities missed my intro, so I'm just going to quickly say that again. My name is Harish Subramanian. I'm the Executive Director of ALN Ventures, which is the brand new startup accelerator that's affiliated with African Leadership Network. And what we just saw was African Leadership Network's most recent annual gathering and the highlights from Kigali that happened 2 weeks ago. What you just saw in that previous video is step 2. That's affiliated to African Leadership Network, but that's something that celebrates entrepreneurs across the continent, but now in different stages of entrepreneurship. So it's got, I believe, 4 categories, maybe 5. I think 4 categories. Jakob can correct me if I'm wrong. But what we do there is again select the best of the best from across the continent. Categories range from social businesses to growing businesses to mature businesses and even a lifetime achievement award. Why is this important? It's because as entrepreneurs, and I'm sure most of you in this room will attest to this, it's important to have success stories to look up to emulate, to aspire to. And knowing that this can come from pretty much anywhere on the continent is particularly important. And so what Africa Awards for Entrepreneurship does is looks for these beacons, these shining lights across the continent every single year. Again, we bring finalists to our annual gathering, which, as I said, just most recently happened in Kigali in Rwanda. Last year it was in Mauritius. The year before that it was in Accra in Ghana. Before that it was in Addis, and it's about time that it came to Southern Africa, I guess. What happens in that ceremony, which I guess Fred, the founder of ALN, likes to call the Oscars for entrepreneurship in Africa, but much more than that, it's something that is truly transformational for everybody else in that room. Now remember, these people are already accomplished professionals, leaders in their business, leaders in their industry, leaders in whatever field they've chosen, and yet they find this to be a truly transformational experience. And that really is what that is about. Is about taking these Anzisha Award winners that we're talking about, or Anzisha Award finalists, the young youth, and giving them something to aspire to. Now let me then move on to our most recent and our latest initiative that's related to promoting early stage entrepreneurship here on the continent. And that is ALN Ventures. And that's the group that I head, and James and Jakob and Joel are all part of. ALN Ventures, our goal is to find early stage entrepreneurs. And if you've noticed, I've talked about the youth, and I've talked about young social entrepreneurs, and then I've talked about people who've accomplished a lot. But there is this space in between, and that's what ALN Ventures addresses. ALN Ventures takes early stage entrepreneurs, regardless of what age they are and regardless of what their background is, again across the continent. Works with these first identifies these top entrepreneurs from across the continent who can build big audacious businesses. We work with them over a 9-month program to build these businesses, give them mentorship, give them guidance, lead them to investment, and so on. And in the process, really accelerate the business, change the trajectory of what these businesses can be. And we bring the power of this network that I talked about, this network of over 1,500 people across the continent, CEOs, professionals, people with capital, people with expertise more than anything else, and people with connections who can really pick up a phone and change, the lives of other people, and bring that kind of curated expertise to these entrepreneurs. That, in a nutshell, is the program, and I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty and the details. And I'll, if you really want to learn a lot more about this program, I urge you to go to alnventures.com. Also, in the next couple of minutes, if you want us to follow us on Twitter, it's at ALN Ventures, and you can learn more about the program. But what I will do is play a short video now again, that demonstrates the kind of transformational effect that ALN as a network can have on an entrepreneur, particularly an entrepreneur who has the ambition and the ability to build a huge, scalable Pan-African business. And then we can get into a little bit more about your questions and and anything else you want to learn about this. Excellent. The entrepreneurs you saw here, as I mentioned earlier, were and are audacious. They came up with bold, revolutionary ideas. They had a singular focus and a vision on how to accomplish this, but that wasn't enough. And really, the whole purpose of showing you this video is actually to show you what is capable, or what ALN as a network is capable of doing. Now, that's not to say that pretty much anybody can go up and attend a conference and get this level of attention, but that is the I guess the end goal, and that is the aspiration. I'll quickly tell you a little bit about how this ALN Ventures program attempts to get entrepreneurs to the point where they can be the next Joel Jackson or the next Nuruddin. As I said, we identify, at least in the first year, our first class starts in January of 2015, and in our first cohort of entrepreneurs, we intend to identify about between 10 and 12 entrepreneurs across the continent. I will let James correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we have something like 200 applications or so right now. But it's about, as I said, the ability, the ambition, and the drive to actually be a big, impactful enterprise, and that's really what we look for. We also really focus on very, very early stage businesses, which means businesses that are typically what we classify them to be early stage is about less than 2 years in existence, people who've raised less than 2.5 million rand in external financing, which a lot of businesses will fall under. We also look for somebody who's doing this full time, because our program is intended to be intense. It's, as I said, it's an accelerator, so it really accelerates the progress of a business, but it's meant to be intense and requires the singular dedication and focus of the entrepreneur. And we then take these particular businesses and put them through a rigorous program, and the program is only partly a classroom-oriented program. In fact, that's probably the smallest component of it. The real value in the program is to take the learnings, the collective learnings of not only our team, who have experience in everything from venture capital to private equity and investment banking and startups and management consulting and so on, but more importantly, that room full of influential people that you just saw in that video, taking their wisdom. You just saw somebody in agribusiness getting advice from somebody who's a god in African agriculture or global agriculture business. You saw somebody who's trying to build a car company. Incidentally, I believe Africa doesn't actually have an indigenous car company, and that's essentially what he's trying to address. But he, through the network, got not just financing, but that was only step one. He's got people on his board who used to be in General Motors and Ford and Toyota and so on. He's got people who advise him on exactly how to build this into a big enterprise, with their own collective expertise. And that, along with our team's singular focus on these group of companies through a period of 9 months, gets them to a point where they are ready for mentorship, ready for investment, and basically ready to make the most of what all of these people have to offer. That, in a nutshell, is the program, and really what our vision is for this entrepreneurial community across the continent, but in South Africa, in other places that we've seen businesses, is to build an ecosystem. We're targeting 300 companies that we will impact over the next 15 years. And what this does is, it's not 300 individual companies that you'll impact. And as you just saw, a company that came before helps a company after. A company that has expertise in one area helps another company in a different field. A company in one geography can grow another company in a different geography or in its own. And that community of really high power, high potential entrepreneurs is really what we're trying to build. And this is only the beginning with our first class over the coming year. yeah, that's the big goal. I'm going to stop here, and if you guys have questions, I'm happy to take them. But yeah, that's ALN Ventures for now. Yeah.
Thank you so very much. My name is Oliver. I run a company called Direct Technology. It's an engineering company. We do civil and electrical engineering as well as industrial consultants. Apart from that, I'm also running an organization called Ingambo Projects, in other words, grassroots projects. We grow entrepreneurs across the continent. We also train project managers and also do corporate events whereby we bring together entrepreneurs, your business niche, established business, academic, as well as the government. My question is there any support system, or are you willing, as African Leadership Network Group, to partner with us when we have events that support entrepreneurship across the continent? That's my question.
Thank you, Oliver. I'll answer your second question first. Because as ALN Ventures, the reason we are here is, as you said, to support entrepreneurship. As part of Global Entrepreneurship Week, on Wednesday, we had another event over at Impact Hub, which explicitly addressed the concept of scaling, whether it's a social enterprise, whether it's a for-profit enterprise, whether it's a new enterprise or an existing business, but it was about talking about the concept of scaling with one of our program mentors from an investment fund called Silver Tree Capital. And we do this fairly frequently. I think we go through cycles of when we do more of it and less of it, and we do less of it obviously when we have entrepreneurs on board, because we, as I said, need to really focus on making them work. But yeah, if you have a program idea, if you have something that you'd want our support in, feel free to reach out to us. You know, as ALN Ventures, we're like I said, we're happy to contribute wherever we can. So feel free to reach out to us. And I think that answers the first question, because we are a part of African Leadership Network. So we do a lot of the grassroots entrepreneurship, the early stage entrepreneurship support. So yeah, again, if you have ideas, feel free to reach out.
Hello. How do you spell ALN?
Oh, A as in Apple, L as in London, N as in Namibia, Ventures.
ALN Ventures.
ALN Ventures. Yeah,
Okay,
African Leadership
thank you.
Network. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Tanjay.
That was the easiest question I've got today so far, by far.
So my name is Tanjay. I'm based in Paris. Where are you based?
We're based in Joburg, but we get around a lot. So we move around quite a bit. We've spent recently, in the last month, the places we've been are Kigali, Rwanda, Lagos, Nigeria, Dakar, Senegal, and Cape Town. The month before that, we were in Nairobi, and we're back here. So yeah.
So the program is based in Joburg?
No, the program is Pan-African. So that's actually a great point. So the way we typically operate is we want the entrepreneurs to spend as much time as possible close to their business, because we as a network, as all of the experienced entrepreneurs and mentors I was talking about are across the continent. We use them to help us with mentoring, coaching, and so on. But we also have structured programs across the continent, typically in hubs. So we would for example, we would start with an intensive program period here in Joburg, move to East Africa and have it either in Nairobi or in Rwanda, move to West Africa and have one for all the West African entrepreneurs, either in Accra or Lagos or Dakar or whatever it is, and so on. So it's not. So I'd say it's a bit of on again, off again, with the intention being that between each of these checkpoints, we really require the entrepreneurs to have made significant progress on their business. So it's not about coming in and getting a lot of inspiration and ideas and going away. It's about getting that, making a plan on how exactly you're going to execute, being accountable for it, and we'll hold you accountable, and then following up on it, and then making sure that periodically we check in find out what's going well and what's not going well, and then course correcting using all of our expertise.
Good day, sir.
Okay.
Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I think you said that you take X amount of people and you put them in a class-based orientated setup, and then after that you then expect them for a 2-year period to accrue a certain amount on their business.
Sorry, 9 months.
9
Go
months.
ahead.
Okay, so pardon me. Okay, so you're saying 9 months to accrue a certain amount in order for them to qualify for a second stage. So what I want to ask is that, what if, for instance, my business takes far longer than that period that you've set for it to actually happen? And then my second question is based on the division between stage 1 and stage 2. Is that I understand that the network, especially that one, for instance, you showed us that those are people who actually have been successful in their brands and all that stuff. But then how do you cross or interface it with the people who are starting up? How do you then bring them closer? Is there a particular channel that you go around, for instance, such a setup like us here, in order for us to interact, be it via Skype, be it via any forms or element? Thank you, sir.
So if I remember correctly, your first question was about the timeline, right? So it's actually not 9 months to qualify. So the program itself is 9 months, and we spend the first. Sure. Okay. So Jakob brought up a good point. So we're not a typical incubator in that we don't have swanky office space like this at Open. We use it every now and then, but that's not our key proposition. And that also brings us to another point: is because we're Pan-African, we are, like I said, on again, off again. A good chunk of our time is actually, virtual or remote support, and then periodically we have in-person support. So what that means is that we're really focused on accelerating the progress of the business, which means you actually spend a lot of time pushed by us working with, trying to get customers, trying to build your business, getting the right supplier, all of that stuff, rather than, getting great office space, internet, and coffee, which I believe Open provides. So it's a small plug for them. But that's in general, I guess, the big difference between our accelerator program and the incubator. But coming back to your point, the program itself is 9 months. We spend the initial stage 1, if you will, which is about 3 months, really focusing on the programming element in terms of plugging all the holes in a particular business, giving support in terms of all of the back office elements. We have partners such as Bowman, who help with legal issues for entrepreneurs. We have partners in Thomson Reuters, Abax, which is a Mauritian company which helps with incorporation issues, all of this stuff. We're in the works in working with a bank, with a marketing company, with a PR company, all of that stuff. And the other big thing we do in the first 3 months is actually work in developing making sure that your business is watertight. What I mean by that is diagnosing issues. It's making a plan for exactly how you're going to address the issues through the rest of the program and beyond, and coming up with a very concrete action plan. The remainder of the program is focused on you executing that particular plan, is being connected to specific curated mentors from within our network that are most relevant to each and every business. So again, it's not one size fits all, because different businesses obviously have different needs. Like you said, different stages, different industries, different countries, all different needs, right? And finally, connecting them to specific investors depending on what their needs are. Again, a couple of the examples you saw there are the really, really big companies, right? These guys needed the multi-million-dollar investments. Not all businesses do. In fact, some of the most transformational businesses actually run quite lean for quite a long time, which means that they don't necessarily need that level of investment. But it's about finding the investor that's right for you. It's finding somebody who not just gives investment, but also helps with other elements of your business. And that, to me, is the last phase of the 9 months. But to answer your other part of your question, it's not just a 9-month program. Like I said, our goal is to have the 300 entrepreneurs over the 15 years. So it's once you're in, you're part of that community, that family of entrepreneurs. Just to give you an example, Joel Jackson, the guy who was running that car company, he got his first kind of crack at ALN as a network back in 2012. Yeah, 2012 in Accra. That's when the pitch you saw there and all of the pictures in that video were all of 2012 in Accra. He made progress between 2012 and 2013, came back to the gathering in 2013 in Mauritius, found a private equity company to support him, found people on the board, found a personal advisor, found a mentor to help him grow. In 2014, he's now got yet more support from a different ALN member. This time, it's a serious investor who's well connected, who's connected to the president of Kenya. If you go Google Mobius Motors, you'll probably find a press release that just talks about how Uhuru Kenyatta, the president of Kenya, just took a test drive, I think 2 days ago, in his first production-ready car. So the point being that he stays with the network, he's now part of the network, and with that comes expectations that the next set of entrepreneurs, as you just mentioned, he is one of the mentors for them. He is supporting them. We expect that he is going to give back to the community, to build the community, which in return helps him because that's where he's going to get his next pool of talent from, or his next partner, or distribution partner, or whatever it is. Does that answer your question?
Okay. My name is Daniel Leshawa, and I'm a founder of Blue Motion Technology. Basically, we're a software company, and we develop software and try to help other startup companies. If I heard you correctly, you said when you're searching for these entrepreneurs that go into the program, you're looking for somebody that already have a business that was running for 2 years and have at least made a revenue of over 2 million. Am I right?
Sorry, it's the exact opposite. We're looking for companies that are less than 2 years old and that have taken in external financing of less than 2.5 million rand.
Less than 2.5.
So it's 0 to 2.5 million rand in financing,
okay,
and 0 to 2 years in business. Although when I say 0, I'm going to pause there because it's not just a great idea that we look for. We really look for somebody who's done something towards that idea. And in different industries, that means different things. So in a software firm, obviously you would look for different things because it's easier without too much money and without too much track record to build out what I consider to be, whether it's a prototype or customer proof or whatever it is. In a more capital intensive industry, it's harder to do that. So then, yes, you probably don't have a working model or a working prototype, but you still really need to have validation in some sort. So let me call it a business that has started and that has some form of validation that makes the entrepreneur believe that this is a workable and a viable solution. That's, to me, 0 years, and the maximum is 2 years, and likewise in external financing.
Okay, the last one is a lot of networks, they have a fee that they pay, like the Hookup Dinner. That's why I love it, because I just got an email and then I'm here. I don't pay anything. I get the exposure that I want. With LNN, do entrepreneurs pay a fee, or is it free, like the Hookup Dinner, and it connects you to the world?
So outside of Hookup Dinner, I'd say there's no free lunch. But no, we do take a very small equity stake. And like I said, because we take it in at such an early stage, we're hoping that we grow with the company. And that is the sustainability model for our program. But yeah, that is the fee. So it's not in cash, if that was your question. Okay.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks so much. I know the Academy well, so it's good to hear about the ventures. Obviously, there are a lot of accelerators, and I think how you differentiate is that you're Pan-African. Are there other, they wouldn't necessarily be competitors, but are there other accelerators that you work with that work across Africa as well?
Yeah, we work with, okay, let me start with, we're connected to most of the major hubs and incubators and accelerators across the continent for multiple reasons. Because at this point, I think the general infrastructure of support for entrepreneurs on the continent is not yet at a point where we should be considering anyone else a competitor. Because I think there's more than enough, or there's not enough support to go around. And so really what we are saying is that, look, we're working in a space where we have a very particular idea very specific idea of what we think an entrepreneur, that the kind of entrepreneur we want to support, and the kind of entrepreneur that can make the most of the network that we were just talking about. Whereas a lot of the other incubators and hubs have a different focus. Now, this is not to say that one or the other is better. Obviously, everything is needed, but essentially, the way we look at it is, okay, if I were to describe the 2 or 3 most common models of incubators and accelerators across the continent, one would be focused on a particular industry sector. The most common, obviously, being mobile and web and mobile businesses. The second would be something that's driven by making I guess, a region an economic powerhouse. So this would be something that's very specific to a city or a country. And then the third thing would be something that's corporate funded. So this would be Intel, or or I don't know. There are lots of companies out there that make investments, or that basically have incubation hubs that are strategic in that they want to build an ecosystem as well as potentially find the next diamond in the rough. Now, what we look for with all of these incubators and accelerators, we work with them in 2 ways. One is, obviously, they get a number of entrepreneurs in their radar that don't fit their bill. And really, we work with them to send those entrepreneurs our way if they fit our program, because we don't want anybody to fall through the cracks if we can help it. The other way we work with them is that a lot of, and we reciprocate. So that's, I guess, the other way we work with it. But then another way is that we also feel that there are other organizations out there that are bigger, that are focused on making investments in a business or partnering with a business or taking some kind of a stake in a business once it's a little bit more mature. And not only are we happy to hand off to those organizations at that point, I think that's actually the best case scenario, because then the entrepreneur gets that continued support, not just from one organization, but from a broader portfolio. So if there's an organization out there where we work with a company that's very young, but then the next step for them after 9 months, after a year, is that we can introduce them to a different VC or to a different organization that works only with companies where they make million US dollar investments. We're happy to hand them over to that point. In fact, that's a win-win all around, because the company has grown to a point where that's actually feasible, and we get a way to exit and then focus on our particular the next batch of young up-and-coming companies, and then obviously the follow-on person gets a benefit as well.
We've got 2 final questions from Cape Town. After these 2 questions, we're going to close, just in line with time. I'm so sorry about that. First question that comes up from Cape Town is, what happens after the ALN program for an entrepreneur? And second question is, what's the impact that ALN has made in Cape Town thus far, and how can they connect?
So to answer the first question, what happens after the 9 months? I think I answered that a little bit earlier, but to repeat that, basically, once you're part of the program, you're part of the family, the ALN family. We structure the program to have formal support for the first 9 months that somebody is with us as an accelerator, and that's because every year we want to focus on the next set of entrepreneurs who come through that process. But that doesn't mean that we stop supporting them. The larger ALN community, the membership, the network is always available to these entrepreneurs through us, and our team also is available to them. So I'd say there's less of a formal structure, but it's almost like being part of a strong alumni network. You always have that place to go back to. To answer the second question, like I said, we're Pan-African, so Cape Town is not really that far. So really, Cape Town is, we've talked to, in fact, one of our big advocates and mentors within the membership community has a strong position at Bandwidth Barn in Cape Town. We go down all the time. The co-founder of Zandos and Jumia, who's now runs a fund called Silver Tree Capital in Cape Town, is one of our mentors and members. So obviously we have a strong community pretty much anywhere on the continent, and Cape Town is one of those places, so they're welcome to apply. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for sharing. Is it on? No, thank you for that. Really appreciate Alan coming through and sharing that. So guys, if you're an entrepreneur and you think you qualify for their programs, do check them out. The gentleman that are wearing, I saw James somewhere. He's busy scouting as well. I don't know if he's scouting for entrepreneurs. But reach out to those gentlemen. They'll sort you out. And now, just to get into the next part of our program quickly, it's what excites us most here at the Hookup Dinner. We call it the networking mixer. And it's about you. So it's not about the front, it's about you taking part within the audience. We're going to split up into groups of 10. We've got, just going to time this correctly so it's 2044. At 2054, we're back here on our seats. We're going to split up into groups of 10 and make sure that it's with people that you haven't met before. It's people that you didn't come with tonight. You didn't come here to be cuddly with your friend or your charm or whatnot. Groups of 10, and you introduce yourself. You've got exactly a minute to introduce yourself to the next person within that group. Make sure it's within a group, not individuals, and exchange business cards. And if you don't complete it within that 10 minutes, you will continue after the program is over. So let's split up randomly now. Right now, please. Groups of 10. Yep. I need to be done. Groups of 10, guys. Let's move fast. Not individuals, groups of 10, not individuals. And move away from people that you came with here. Move away from them. Groups of 10. Groups of 10. We can move faster, guys. Come on. Time is running out. Groups, not individuals. Groups. Let's get at it. Boom. You can join here, Pums. Over there. Groups, not individuals. Groups. Let's take.
Oh, last time when they were the last before this one, maybe or if it's possible, like the one as a can offer like a winner could be the website the way they want it.
We can't do it today.
We can't do it.
It's for exclusivity.
Okay.
But it's a conversation we can have in the future. Can't do it tonight. Like tonight is exclusive.
And then I don't know if you that as well. I'm currently building a portal. Because a lot of networks go to them and they, once you are out, you planning to do something that even if you are out, and talk with other online. Yeah, so that's what we currently building, and then I'll brief you in.
Show me when it's built. I want to see it.
You want to see it?
Yeah. All right. Make sure a person doesn't spend more than a minute. They're wasting your time. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. Two minutes. 2 minutes left. 25 seconds. Offensive. 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 Ash. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, let's get back. Let's get back. Let's get back into the program. Let's get back, guys. Buyan, please cut up. Let's get back. Let's respect time. Come on, let's get back. Sorry, guys. Let's split up here. Let's go back. Thank you. Can we all split up here and go back? Thank you. Hello. What's up? Come on, let's respect the program. Get back, guys. Come on. Buyan, my freak. Why is it so dark here? It's one of the reasons why we need to move from here. Open has outlived itself. Let's get back, guys. Running mic offensive. Running mic. Page clear and done. Test it.
Mic check.
Can I audience in speed? Can I audience in speed? Right. How was that? I want feedback, real feedback. What's your view of the networking mixer? Okay, over there, then here. Start there. Keep it sweet, short and sweet, eh?
Okay, for me, the networking mixer was great for me, and I found out that it's not only entrepreneurs, but people who are interested in starting their businesses. And I got so excited that this event actually encouraged them to actually go more into their business than working in a corporate. So it was interesting for me to, and even the businesses that are there were introduced. They were very interesting. So looking forward to having more talk with some of the businesses that introduced
Keep it
themselves.
short.
Thank you.
Ow.
I felt it was actually a great experience, but I felt it should have been longer. But nonetheless, I got to actually see people that were also like-minded, and you can't take that away from anyone. So thanks for that experience there. Cool.
All right. Can you pass it on to this side? There's a lady here. Fencer, come on, focus.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Anele, and I liked the mixer. I know quite a few people here, so it was nice to meet new people. And what I liked about our group is we had a scientist, a medical doctor, a software developer. So it's nice just to see how rounded and diverse the entrepreneurs who come to the Hookup Dinner are.
Nice.
And it was short.
Of course. Two more. There's a gentleman over there, and then we'll end off here.
Hi everybody. Yeah, I think it was awesome just to get like within 10 minutes you can get to a couple of people with what they are doing. But what I noted is that you said we must spend 1 minute, but most in my group they didn't spend 1 minute. There's a lesson learned there. Thank you.
And then final comment here.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel again. Well, I just want to say a feedback. I started Hookup Dinner about 4 months ago. Through this network mix, I learned to learn myself at Standard Bank, and I did a great pitch. And the guys offered me a brilliant platform to actually develop one of the ideas that I pitched to them. It's coming to startup companies, and you guys must watch out on 2015. It will be there with Standard Bank. And thanks to the Hookup Dinner.
Dope. So the reason we keep it short is we're trying to teach each other communication skills. Nobody's an expert, right? But we can do things better. We can do it in a better way. When we say we've got a minute each to introduce ourselves, we're meant to keep it shorter. It's actually meant to be 30 seconds. I mean, when you get into a lift and you come across Mamu Ndilukele or Mamu Ndiluhabe, sorry, you've only got 30 seconds between floors. And for you to capture her attention, you've got to say something special. And I'm not talking here about razzmatazz, like, you know, not lying or trying to sell a pipe dream, but you've got to have something unique. Your value proposition. What is it? What is it that attracts the next person to you? And that's what we are trying to teach with the networking mixer. You're saying when you get into a group of people, contribute. Forget taking. Contribute. When you contribute, you get a whole lot more out because people open up. They let their guard down. We're always trying to sell something, and that's one of our biggest mistakes. When we get into a conversation, before you even understand what the next person is about, and you've just gone on and on and on, you've told them your whole list, your whole CV about who you are and what you do and whatnot, but this person is just blacked out. They haven't even let you in, and you walk away from this engagement without nothing. You get nothing. And that's a tragedy because there's so much value within this room. There's so much that we benefit and that we gain from amongst each other that if we just stopped for a moment and focused on other people and spoke less and listened more, there's so much more that we would get. And that's essentially why we try this whole networking mixer thing. And that's just to encourage you guys when you do networking, wherever you go, even to other events, just start tuning in, listen more, say less. You'll get a whole lot more value. You'll get more business. Trust me, we get it. We get it. This is why this thing is growing. Now, you guys voted a tie. The two people that pitched and were voted in, now they're going to do a pitch off. We had a quick discussion with the team, and yeah, the dragons at the back decided, hey, Bafich, let's have them pitch off for this money because it's big money. So can we have Shelton come up and Moiponi? OP, come through, my man. Where you at? Let's move fast, guys. We'll have exactly 7 minutes to wrap up. Exactly 7 minutes. So it's going to be 30-second pitches, but I want OP to lay the ground rules. No, 30 seconds. So what are you looking for? 30 seconds each.
Okay. Good evening, guys. 30 seconds. I thought it was 1 minute. Jeez. Okay. 30 seconds. I think we can vote open. Right. No one needs to leave. First one. So show of hands. Right. We've got our time of 30 seconds. And I guess for me the question is, what's the solution and what's the alternative that you're providing, and why do you think you are the right person, and what sort of team you've got behind you under that 30 seconds to make it happen? Okay, let's find it's Muiponi and it's Shelton. We'll go with Muiponi. It's alphabetical. Muiponi, Shelton. M first, yes. No. So what are we looking for? Look, so what we're looking for is exactly what we look for as SAB Kickstart. So it's nothing different. We're looking for business that we can scale. And I'm saying this because I know she's also in Kickstart. She's vying for investment. But we're looking for guys that can identify a particular gap in the market, whatever industry that they're in, and demonstrate that they've got the right type of attitude and team behind to make it work. Right? It's not enough to have a cool idea and you don't have the right type of character and the team behind you. You know, we don't want a one-man thing. When we're done with spaza shops, right? Under that 30 seconds, that's all. Yeah, cool.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. With the green economy growing, I thought it'd be appropriate if I introduce it into our households and our everyday living, and also empowering other people, especially the community, and also making sure that corporates and individuals embrace the green economy. That's just my solution then.
Not only we have a great idea, but we've got organizations behind us, the SAB Foundation, Technology Innovation Agency, SABS Design Institute, and Tshwane University of Technology. So we are providing a solution and convenience to our customers, and we are unique, and we are the first to do this in the world.
First. Hands up. Great, guys. Please. Good. All right. Votes for Charlton. Can't do it. They must see you. Stand there. Keep your hands straight. Do we have a winner? Armand. Give it over to OP. All right. OP is going to announce the winner. Okay, you guys voted. Others voted twice. I saw a couple of hands going up, but that's fine. You know, we do not have an auditor to verify some of these votes. So that's fine. You know, so you know, we don't want red tape, and you know, we're all entrepreneurs, so we're just gonna go with the number, what the numbers are, and no hard feelings, right? It's all business, nothing personal. And I think I want to commend you guys, I mean, for taking this. I mean, under 30 seconds, it's not a child's play. Time doing, you know, a pitch under 5 minutes, and then they move that down to 30 seconds. I mean, it's a very difficult exercise. And well done on your business. Well done on your business. I know you've done a couple of pitches with in Rwanda. Was it Rwanda, Lebu? Was it Rwanda? Yeah. What was the program called? What was the program called where this gentleman went to Rwanda? The program. What was it? Oh yes, getting in the ring. Okay, so he's got some experience there for pitching under very intense pressure. But based on the scores, right? And are the other regions have they announced their winners? So the winning pitch is Charlton. He's getting. So I feel like this guy now is going to be a part of SAB and a furniture there.
So we are streaming live with ENTA. Sorry if we have to borrow Charlton. He needs to go live to talk about his win, and we'll be seeing him in Africa, guys.
But wait, we need to explain what he's winning. So no, wait. He's getting 20,000 of grant funding from SAB Kickstart. And he's already gotten some funding from SAB Foundation. So he's now part of the furniture. But I want to work with him. He's not going to go into his bank account. I want to work with him and hopefully grow his business. And next time, he'll be the one funding other businesses. Yeah. So well done, guys. So he doesn't just get prize from SAB.
he gets to get onto TV live. I think this is amazing. And this is the value of networking at the Hookup Dinner. Guys, would like to thank you for coming through. We thank SAB Kickstart for powering this movement. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to go all across the country to plant the new chapters that we've planted. And we look forward to a great 2015. There's amazing things coming. We're very hungry. We're obsessed with our dream. And we will achieve 1 million African startups by the year 2020. And we're hoping that you guys will be with us. We're hoping we can catch some of you to join the tribe and help us to grow wherever you are, especially if you can help us reach into different regions outside of Johannesburg. We are looking for those fire starters that can help us to move forward. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.